Continued and unstinting kindness and hospitality.
Yeah.
And now as dear to me as sisters ever could be.
Yeah, go away. Hi there, welcome to K Reacts. And today we are watching Pride and Prejudice, the BBC miniseries from 1995. This is the last episode. Yes, I know it has been a long time. I'm sorry. I know you guys have been asking, so here it finally is. I kept meaning to do this, and then life happened, you know? So if you're just tuning in now, I'd recommend going back to the beginning. You can check out the playlist that I have, because this series is a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed watching it with you guys. Alright, so last episode, there was a lot of drama in the Bennet family since Lydia was still missing with Wickham, and like Elizabeth was so convinced that this was just doing irreparable damage and none of them were going to be able to make any good marriages after this. But then like out of nowhere, just suddenly like they were found. Also, Wickham was just going to marry her for like no money, which was really weird because, as we know, Wickham is like a womanizing fortune hunter. So strange. Why would he marry her for absolutely nothing, basically? The running theory was that Mr. Gardner, their uncle, bribed him. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see. And the full-length reaction will be on Patreon if you want to check that out. And I'm just gonna quit talking and let's get into it. Violence, sexual content, and drug use, it says. What? In Pride and Prejudice? I don't think so. What would it even be referring to? I don't even think anyone slaps anybody. Violence, sexual content, drug.
Oh, I knew it would all come out right in the end. Oh, my dear.
She always knows. Mrs. Bennet always knows.
I knew how it would be. I knew he would manage everything.
Of course.
Who else should lay out money but our own uncle? Mother.
Mrs. Bennet, no.
So happy. A daughter married and only just 16. Mrs. Wickham. Ooh, how well that sounds.
Low standards. She's married. Who cares to it too? If it's the ultimate scumbag, who cares?
Wickham's a fool if he takes her with a farthing less than £10,000.
Yikes.
£10,000.
I remember looking up once how much the Bennets make, and he makes about £3,000 a year, so yikes.
Where is everyone?
Oh my goodness. Ugh. What you don't see is the knife he's holding in his back.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here in the sight of God.
The most romantic wedding.
I long to see my dear Lydia. And dear Wickham too, of course.
But it is shocking.
Dear Wickham,
They should come to Hertfordshire and reside in the neighbourhood. Hay Park,
No.
Or Purvis Lodge. Oh, no, dear.
Not Purvis Lodge.
Attics there are dreadful.
How does she know that? And why does that matter so much?
Oh, I do believe you've grown. Oh, how we've...
If she's young enough to grow, she's too young to get married.
You're all goodness and kindness, Mum, as always.
Yeah, you have this guy in your family now. And they just have to pretend like they don't know what he did. And just be like, yeah.
I take your place now. You must go lower, because I am a married woman.
Oh.
Bitch, please!
How do you like my husband, Lizzie? I believe you envy me.
No.
Was he not a favourite of yours once?
Nope.
Not at all.
And in the end, there was no one there but my aunt and uncle and Mr. Darcy.
Mr. Darcy.
Oh. Wah, wah.
It was supposed to be a secret.
She's so stupid.
And so, my dear Lizzie, Mr. Darcy would brook no opposition. He insisted on doing everything himself and bearing the entirety of the expense.
Well.
You and I were always good friends.
True.
Shall we take a turn together, sister?
Blah.
I was surprised to see Darcy in town last month. Wonder what he could be doing there.
Trying to reinstitute the I Hate Darcy Club. Not gonna work.
Yes, he introduced us to his sister.
Well, I have heard indeed that she has uncommonly improved within this last year or two.
Oh my goodness, you
When I
need to
last
stop.
saw her, she was not very promising.
You need to stop.
I'm glad you liked her. I hope she will turn out well.
I dare say
Shut
she
up.
will. And how should you have liked making sermons?
Exceedingly well.
I did hear that there was a time when sermon making was not so palatable to you as it seems to be at present. That you actually declared your resolution of never taking orders and were compensated accordingly.
Ow!
Come, Mr. Wickham, we're brother and sister, you know. Let us not quarrel about the past.
If I was you, I'd wanna be me too.
And she walks away. She is amazing. I cannot say this enough.
My sisters may write to me. They will have nothing better to do as I shall.
Mr. Wickham's like, what?
Continued and unstinting kindness and hospitality.
Yeah.
And now as dear to me as sisters ever could be.
Yeah, go away.
I defy even Sir William Lucas himself to produce such a son-in-law.
Yeah, would you rather have Wickham or Mr. Collins as your in-law? They're both pretty bad choices. Although I think Mr. Wickham is just more malicious, so you'd have to go with Collins probably. Oh, I don't like that choice either, but he's just not as mean-spirited, or he's innocently rude. If that makes any sense. He's icky though.
Our cousin, Mr. Collins, is not the cleverest of men, perhaps, but he is respectable. He is not vicious.
Mr. Bingley is coming back to Netherfield, and the whole...
Oh, Mr. Bingley! Things are about to get spicy. It's so funny. This whole story started with Mr. Bingley coming to Netherfield, and it's about to end with Mr. Bingley coming to Netherfield.
This news does not affect me, truly, Lizzie.
Sure. That's what they all say.
3 days he has been in the neighborhood, and still he shuns us.
He shuns us.
So you should all die old maids. Is it really him?
Oh, yeah.
It looks like that man who used to be with him before. Mr. Oh, what's his name? You know, that tall, proud one.
Oh. Now both of them are like, oh shoot. Oh, what do I do?
Oh, sit up straight, Jane. Put your shoulders back.
None of them have any idea what Lizzie is going through.
Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy, ma'am.
Yee.
Mr. Bennet, of course, would have paid his addresses before this, were it not? And Mr. Darcy? You are welcome too.
Tell us how you really feel, Mrs. Bennet.
Miss Lucas is married and settled, and one of my own daughters.
Man, he's not even staring at her. He has improved so much.
Miss Lydia Bennet, without a syllable said about it.
He's like, oh yeah, this is why I hate it here.
I expect you've heard he's gone into the regular.
Window staring. Guess he hasn't changed that much.
I hope very much. We shall stay a few weeks.
Ow. Mr. Bingley just has no idea what he put Jane through. Like, he has no idea. Like, he was just straight up lied to. He thought Jane didn't care about him, and he just left. And then he didn't know that Jane went after him. It's so bad. I feel so bad for both of them. It's terrible.
You told me now that she was in London all those months, and you concealed it from me.
Oh.
I should never have interfered. You were very wrong of me, Bingley, and I apologise.
Bro, we love
You
it.
admit that you were in the wrong.
Utterly and completely.
Utterly and completely.
Do you need my blessing?
No, but I should like to know I have it all the same.
Then go to it. Woo! Supportive bros.
He has come! He has come!
Who has come?
Mr.
has come?
Bingley, of course.
Make haste,
What?
make haste. And I will be down as soon as we can. Let Kitty go down. She's fonder than any of us. Oh, hang
Kitty, what has she to do with it? Mother of the year. That smash cut is on point. Oh boy, Jane. Oh.
He loves me. Of course he does. He told me he always loved me all the time.
Oh, Jane deserves this.
And so generous that you will always exceed your income.
Exceed their income? What are you talking about? Don't you know he has
5,000 a year.
I was sure you could not be so beautiful for nothing.
So glad her beauty didn't go to waste. Oh dear, you know that theme song. Very dramatic.
Lady Catherine de Bourgh.
Oh my goodness. What in the heck is she doing here? She just invites herself in and sits.
There seemed to be a prettish kind of little wilderness on one side of your lawn.
Okay. Even Mrs. Bennet is shook. You know. You know then.
Miss Elizabeth Bennet would be soon afterwards united to my own nephew, Mr. Darcy.
Say what?
If you believed it to be impossible, I wonder you took the trouble of coming so far. What would your ladyship propose by it? Your coming to Longbourn to see me will be taken as a confirmation of it, if indeed such a report exists.
Is she wrong though?
Has my nephew made you an offer of marriage?
Your ladyship has declared it to be impossible.
Do you know who I am?
She is like the ultimate Karen. The old-timey Karen.
Mr. Darcy is engaged to my daughter. Now, what have you to say?
Only this, that if he is so, you can have no reason to suppose he'll make an offer to me.
What is the point of arguing with Lizzie? You're just gonna lose every time.
Upstart pretensions of a young woman without family connections or fortune.
Is this to be endured? It shall not be.
In marrying your nephew, I should not consider myself as quitting that sphere. He is a gentleman, I am a gentleman's daughter. So far, we are equal.
Poor.
And will you promise me never to enter into such an engagement?
Yeah. Are the shades of Pemberley to be thus polluted?
I am only resolved to act in a manner which will constitute my own happiness without reference to you or to any person so wholly unconnected with me.
What now? She is a beast.
I send no compliments to your mother. You deserve no such attention.
Okay.
I am most seriously displeased.
I am never coming back to this store.
His aunt, Lady Catherine de Bourgh, does not look on the match with a friendly eye. Mr. Darcy, you see, is the man.
Mr. Darcy, of all men. What has Mr. Darcy been saying that makes everybody think that the two of them are getting married? Because it has to be him. Like, what has he been saying? Because obviously it's not her.
Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy, ma'am.
Good day to you.
Yeah.
Hello, it's me.
There's a few things we need to hash out here. So we're engaged?
I can go no longer without thanking you for your kindness to my poor sister.
If you will thank me, let it be for yourself alone. Your family owes me nothing. Much as I respect them, I believe I thought only of you.
Oh my goodness.
My affections and wishes are unchanged. But one word from you will silence me on this subject forever.
My feelings are so different. In fact, they are quite the opposite.
Oh, Darcy, you're in. Ooh. And he still won't smile.
I knew that had you absolutely decided against me, you would have acknowledged it openly.
Truth.
You thought me devoid of every proper feeling, I'm sure you did.
Not a lie.
You said that I could not have addressed you in any possible way that would induce you to accept me.
Do not repeat what I said then.
When you look at your old posts and you're like, oh, what was I thinking?
Dearest, loveliest Elizabeth.
Oh my goodness.
How long have you loved him?
It's been coming on so gradually, I hardly know. But I believe I must date it from my first seeing his beautiful grounds at Pemberley.
I don't blame you. That would hook me for sure.
I do like him. I love him.
Oh.
Indeed, he has no improper pride. He's perfectly amiable. But I love him now so very dearly. He is truly the best man I have ever known.
I believe you.
Well, my dear, if this be the case, he deserves you.
Father of the Year. No sarcasm.
To join together this man and this woman
And this man and this woman. Double wedding! Yeah, how do you feel, Lady Catherine, sitting alone in your giant house by yourself? Hey! They did it. They tied the knot. Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa! Is that a smile on his face? Marriage does things to you. Oh, yes. That's so good, you guys. And it's over. All right, well, that was the final episode of the BBC Pride and Prejudice. So good. I love this series so much. And I'm kind of sad that it's over, but I'm glad that we completed it. So this has been quite the process. Like, this was something that I started watching back when I first started out on YouTube. So I'm glad that you have all stuck with me through it. Pride and Prejudice is such a timeless story. Like, I remember one of my literature teachers in college, he said that it changed the course of literature because, like, after it was written, basically it was the blueprint for every romance story after that, which it's kind of true. Because think about it, usually there's like an independent young woman and a mysterious man who don't get along at first, and then there's like a bunch of misunderstandings and misconceptions, and then finally a happy ending, you know? But what I appreciate about Pride and Prejudice is not just the romance, but it's the well-written characters and the social commentary and the witty humor and all the things that Jane Austen is good at. And like, it's all just so relatable and relevant even today. Like, it's not just old-timey nonsense. 'Cause like, people just don't change. And Jane Austen knows how to capture that so well. So, it's great. I love it. Well, I thank you for watching with me. And thank you for supporting this. Because I wasn't sure if this was going to be very popular back when I started. But I'm glad some of you enjoyed it. Well, if you could like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you saw. And also the full length will be on Patreon if you want to check that out. And I guess I will see you next time on K Reacts.